All right, so have you guys ever been online and all of a sudden you see an amazing deal for something? You see a TV for 10 bucks. Well, maybe 50 bucks. But you see it super cheap, right? Or you see an entertainment center or stereo or something like that, right? And you even see where to actually go find the item. Probably Walmart, right? So you write down that information real quick and you go speeding out to your local Walmart. You head out there and you either don't see the item at all, or you find the item and the price is quite a bit different than they told you. Well, here's what they don't tell you, is you actually need to use a piece of software called Brickseek to find that item. And so I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do when somebody posts something that is cheap online and you actually want to find it. So let's talk about that. So here I'm in Brickseek. The website for Brickseek is www.brickseek.com, and this is an inventory checker. So this is where you would actually put the information in to see if the item's near you. Now, here's what I have to tell you about Brickseek before we even get into this. Brickseek pulls their inventory information from the store itself. The information is not always accurate, coming from the store. So they've either had some theft, the employees have misplaced it, the employees may have hid it because it's such a good deal, all kinds of stuff. Things could be off. So I would use Brickseek as a guide as opposed to the rule, essentially. So use it to guide you towards the items. It's not always going to be right, but honestly, it's the best thing out there right now. And the other thing is these items aren't at every store. So that's why you're actually using Brickseek, is because the same items can actually be at two Walmarts and actually be priced completely differently. Or they can be priced exactly the same, but at some Walmart, for some reason, the item rings up much cheaper when you get to the register. So that's what else you need to know about Brickseek before we even get into this, so that you're not surprised, essentially. So here we are, once again, in Brickseek. We want to head up to the top that says Inventory Checkers. Now this will show you the stores that Brickseek will check inventory on. So they'll check Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Office Depot, etc. down the list. Now we're going to check out some items at Walmart. So let's go ahead and click on Walmart. And it's going to ask you for a couple pieces of information here. Whatever item you're looking up, you need to know the SKU or the UPC code. You also need to put in your zip code, because that's going to tell Brickseek what stores you want it to look at and what vicinity, essentially. If you guys haven't seen already, I started doing these things called Bolo Rodeos. They're posted here in my YouTube. And what the Bolo Rodeos are is they are a video that shows you screenshots of all kinds of things that you can look up on Brickseek, and you can hopefully get them for a much better discount than you would see either on the shelf or in store or online. Hopefully it's a really good discount, but it's definitely cheaper. And like I said, with the Bolo Rodeos, all the information is there that you need, and I'll show you how to use that information. But if kind of time is money for you, the extra step of looking up the SKU, it's an extra step that you have to do. And so what I've done is I've actually created a Patreon account, and I'll flash that on the screen. I'll also put it down in the description. If you have $10 to spare, and time is money, and you appreciate this sort of stuff, what I will do is I will actually post the Excel documents that have the SKUs in the Patreon for you. So that way you don't need to look them up. You can essentially just copy and paste the SKUs in here, and it saves you some time. I will also, on occasion, post Bolo Rodeos just to the Patreon group as appreciation, essentially. And then one more thing, I will post the normal Bolo Rodeos to the Patreon group first, and then I will post them to YouTube, so that way you got first crack at it. Hopefully that's worth your money. I'm just bringing it up. You literally do not have to do the Patreon at all to do this. You can essentially read the titles in the Bolo Rodeo, and I'll show you how to type them in here and find the item and that sort of thing. The Patreon is just there for people who really like time is money and they got $10 to spare. To me, it's totally worth it, but it's optional. So don't want you guys to feel pressured at all, but it's there if you want it. All right, so like I said, you need either the SKU or the UPC code. Let's take a look here, and one thing I should mention. Let's see. If you're curious what the Bolo Rodeos are, just search my YouTube channel, and you'll see a bunch there, so that will kind of give you an idea of the things I find, and hopefully that kind of helps you make a decision. All right, so here we are in Brickseek. Like I said, you actually need a SKU or a UPC code, and there are ways to look it up. Right now what we're going to do is we're just going to choose a random item on Walmart here. So I'm going to take a look here for you. I'm going to type in TV, and I'm going to click on just one of the random TVs because I'm going to show you how to look up the SKU or the UPC code. Okay, so here's what you need to do. You need to copy the title just as it appears, and I'm going to hit Control-C to copy it. And you can also, right-click and hit copy. I think most people know that. I don't even think I need to explain that. But so you want to copy it, and then you want to go back to Brickseek, and then you want to click on SKU Finder here, which is right above the SKU button. Click on SKU Finder, paste the title in, and click Search. So right now, because I typed in the title exactly, it's going to bring up the item, and it's going to have the SKU below it here for you. So it's all good to go. Just click on that, and it will automatically put the SKU in for you. Now, if you don't type in the full title exactly as it is, it's going to give you a couple options. So that's kind of where the Patreon saves you a little time, is because A, you don't have to write down the exact title, and B, it takes you right exactly to the one I found, as opposed to giving you a list and you having to kind of click through them to find them. So it saves you a little bit of time. So that's kind of where that comes in. But like I said, proof's in the pudding here. You can actually just do it yourself if you're a DIYer. So now just type in your zip code, click check inventory, and it's going to think here for a second. Still thinking. Still thinking. Oh, there it is. All right. No, don't want to join a newsletter. Okay, so down the list here. Oh, well, this was a bad choice. Only gives me two options. Not what I was looking for. All right, let's try something else. I wanted to show you a list here. Apparently, I picked an item that is not abundant at the Walmart. So, okay, let's try this. Oh, on TV. That's a garbage TV. All right, let's try this. Yeah, how about a nice Samsung? Yeah, that'd be good. All right, let's copy it. Let's try this again. Sorry about that. See, I'm doing this on the fly. I should have tested this out before I got into it, but I wanted to get this out to you guys. So here I am, gonna paste it in, click search. Gives me two options. Like I said, if I give you the exact SKU, it takes you right there, but in this case, it gave me a couple options. So here we are, inventory finder, paste it in there. We're gonna select this one, puts in the SKU, check inventory, we already have the zip code in. It's gonna think here for a second. There it is. All right. This is much better. Okay, so now you can see we've got a list. Now, here's what it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you availability. Is this thing in stock? And it's going to tell you the price. So here's what you will see on the Bolo Rodeo deals is you will see a list of prices, and then all of a sudden you will see a price that's much cheaper. Now, that much cheaper price will tell you the Walmart that it's at, and it will tell you the quantity that is supposed to be there. So that's what the Bolo Rodeos will do. You'll see essentially a sea of prices, and it'll say $2.95, $2.95, $2.95, and then you'll get down and it'll be like $100. And so that's what you want to look at. Now, because we typed in the zip code, it is giving me it's giving me a list of Walmarts that are recommended, essentially, because this is the option we picked, sort by recommended. Now you can change the filter on this, so you can change it to distance, price, quantity, all that sort of good stuff. So if you want to go quantity and you want to just check which stores have the absolute most of that item, you can do that. Right now it's going to filter by quantity. I think they all had pretty much 6+, so Yeah, they're pretty well stocked in this. Oh, these had 4 or 5. In this it's out of stock. See, we'll put the out of stock at the end. You can also go back in and you can change zip codes. So I would definitely check other zip codes as well, because it's going to give you different amounts of Walmarts, and Walmarts that may be a little bit farther drive, or that sort of thing. So I would definitely play with the zip codes. You can also do it by price. Okay, so I'm going to try and look up one of the Bolo Rodeo deals here. What a provocative title, right? Thrustmaster. I believe this is it here. And I'm just going to copy the title, paste it in there, into the SKU finder, get the SKU, and this should be it here. And I'm going to check the inventory. Come on, man. Okay, let me try a bike lock. See, this was on one of the Bolo Rodeos. Okay, so let me copy the title here. I'm going to paste it into the SKU finder. Alright, puts in the SKU. I'm going to check the inventory here. Okay, so we can see right now that this is $9 here at some of the Walmarts, limited stock. But if you check online, $17.56. So you'll probably go to this Walmart and this is what you'll see on the shelf, $17.56. Now this was one of the Bolo Rodeos, so you can see you can get it for, right around half the price. So pretty good deal if you're looking for a bike lock or you're looking to flip it. But you can see some are out of stock, but like this one, this is in stock. This has got 2 or 3, so that would be a good Walmart to pick it up at. They're all looking like they're showing the same price right now in this area, but if you check another area, they may be much higher. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what to do here with Brickseek. Now, like I said, it's not a science. It's sometimes they say stuff is there and it's not really there. But, what I would do is keep checking. I would even sometimes check Walmarts where it actually shows the price but says out of stock. I would even check some of those Walmarts every once in a while. And if you don't find it, just keep that in the back of your head. And when you're out and about, I literally have not found an item before at a Walmart down the street. And I just kind of kept thinking about it. And then one night I popped in while they were restocking and I found 8 of them. It was crazy. It was like $50 for like a $140 pop-up tent. It was incredible. So hopefully that kind of gives you guys an overview of what Brickseek is. I'll do some videos to kind of get a little bit more in depth with it about the features and kind of other ways to do it. But this is kind of how it applies to looking at bolos, doing the Bolo Rodeos, that sort of thing. So hopefully that helps for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to try and answer them. And like I said, I'll do some feature highlight videos and I'll do a few other things too. So that way you guys get more familiar with Brickseek. I'll even probably purchase the paid version, and I'll show you guys what you get in the paid version as well, so you can see if that is even worth it for you. So like I said, like, subscribe. If you can spare 10 bones, do the Patreon. It will save you from the extra legwork. But like I said, you don't need it necessarily. You can just type it in and do it that way. So anyways, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you liked it. All right, bye.